Record. Okay, here we go, you guys. Welcome to our March Diesel Nation sneak peek. My name is Cristina Delgado, and I have the absolute honor of being your host tonight for our business opportunity presentation with the amazing Monica Lopez, Jamie O'Rear, and Angie Farber, who are going to help me put together an amazing presentation for you. Those of you that were invited into this group to take a look at Beachbody coaching, at health and fitness through Beachbody's amazing fitness programs and our nutritionals. And at the end of this call, if we do our job tonight with educating you on why this is such an awesome company to partner with, why our team is an awesome team to join, that we inspire you to take action in your life to do something different. Each one of us on this call, each member of our team has an absolutely different story. No story can be compared to the next one. We all came to Beachbody for a reason, an important and very personal reason. And what we've done with not only our personal health and fitness, but with the business has also been very different and for very different reasons. And tonight we hope that we showcase how this opportunity, through our stories and our testimony of the change that's gone on, whether it's someone like me that's been in the business now almost 8 years. It's almost scary to even think that in August it'll be 8 years that I said, yes, sign me up, sister. And I'm going to talk about my sister in just a second, but to this thing. I didn't even know what it was 8 years ago, but I said yes. Or Monica and Jamie, who've been members and leaders of our team now for, I think, 6, and Monica, you're going on 7 years. And Angie, who just became a coach just 4 months ago and has really just knocked it out of the ballpark in her first few months as a Team Beachbody coach. And we bring always a newer coach's perspective onto this call because they are more closely related to what you will experience if you come on board to coaching and Diesel Nation and our team. And so Angie will inspire you tonight with probably a little bit of humor and her story of joining for fitness and then taking a leap of faith into the opportunity. So like I said, my name is Cristina. And tonight, all I'm going to do is kind of moderate this call. I'm going to start with my story, very condensed story, because like I said, I've been a coach for 8 years. And if I tell you every detail of that story, you're going to fall asleep on this Zoom call. And that's the last thing I want you to do. So I'll share a little bit of that. And then I'm going to toss it over to Monica, who's going to share what we do as coaches, both in a kind of global perspective, but also in a day-to-day perspective, so that you can see for yourself how the opportunity would fit into your life, right? Because everybody has a different life. We all have different family circumstances. A lot of people that join our team work full-time jobs, and I'm sure something that is concerning to you is how do I fit a business and even my fitness into my already busy life? So I think Monica and Angie are probably going to touch on that, and then Jamie is going to share the hard part, the fun part, but also the hard part, which is how we earn, right? And what are the different ways that we can earn an income, both in a small scale and also in a large scale. And we do that not to boast or make anyone uncomfortable, but it's to show you kind of the big picture of what an opportunity like this can mean for your life, whether it's something that you want to do just part-time and make a little bit of money, maybe even cover the cost of your products, right? Like Shakeology or maybe Energize in the performance line, or you want to develop an income that can pay a car or a mortgage or whatever it is that you want out of this opportunity. We're going to showcase kind of the spectrum, I guess, in terms of income so that you can dream a little. And that's what I want you to do tonight. I want you to get a little bit uncomfortable, step out of your comfort zone. You'll hear that term a lot if you join the team. And it's solely because this is just different, right? This is a different kind of business, one that requires you to better yourself. It requires you to focus on your health and your fitness and your mindset, and to strengthen your mindset so that you in turn can turn around and help other people, right? It's a little bit different, but when you do that, it can really impact your life in a big way. And so allow yourself to think differently tonight. Allow yourself to dream a little bit for your life. That's one thing that as we grow up, we tend to stop dreaming. We tend to start believing that our lives are meant to be in this safe box where you go to work every single day, and there's no times for health and fitness, and there's no time for anything else, and there's no time for fun. And that's actually not the case, that you can add something into your life that can really benefit you and that can impact not only your health and fitness, but also your finances as well. So dream a little bit tonight. Whenever you think of, well, that must be too good to be true, erase those thoughts from your head real fast, because I'm here sitting in this chair presenting to you tonight as living proof that this opportunity is absolutely the real deal. When I became a coach almost 8 years ago, I was a wife, mom of 2 littles. I have a 10-year-old, and oh my gosh, on Friday, my son is going to be 8 years old. I can't believe it. I became a coach when DJ, my son, was 4 months old. Like, it's crazy that we're sitting here this week, and on Friday is his 8th birthday. And I was a lawyer at the time. I'm still a lawyer, but I don't practice anymore because of this opportunity. So I'm here, sitting here as proof that if you think different for your life, if you allow yourself to dream a little for your life, and you're not as scared of some hard work and literally some sweat, that you can change the course of your life through this opportunity. So let me just backtrack and share a little bit of my story before I toss this over to Monica. So I was this overworked and underpaid, aspiring litigator at a big Miami law firm called Fowler White Burnett. I actually loved my job. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh my God, I hated my job, and that's why I went, all in on this business. I actually, when I signed up, told my sister, who's my sponsor and also the co-founder of our team, which is called Diesel Nation, that I didn't want anything to do with the business. I came in, and all I wanted was to get in shape. Hand to heart, that's all I wanted. I wanted to feel like myself again, because before Beachbody, before kids, I was always in shape. My sister and I loved going to the gym. We had various businesses in fitness. We sold gym clothes. Like, it was our thing. And so I told her, I just want the discount, because as a coach, you do get a discount on our products. And she said, fine, but might as well save money on Shakeology. And at the time, I had already started drinking Shakeology, and within weeks, within months, I felt the difference in my energy, in my health, in my overall well-being by simply adding that nutrient-rich shake into my diet. And back then, in the stone ages of coaching 8 years ago, there was only 2 flavors of Shakeology. There was green berry, which was like the color of my shirt, and you had chocolate. And I don't like chocolate. I know I'm one of those weirdos that doesn't like chocolate, cake, cupcake. I don't like any of that. So I had to drink green berry. And this is coming from someone who was literally a nutrition amateur. I was a baby when it came to food. I ate no vegetables. The only fruit I consumed was a banana. And now I was drinking a green shake every single day. But I set my excuses aside, and I said, I need to get healthy. I want to feel good again. And I had already seen my sister Becky get in incredible shape with P90X and then Insanity, which I'm sure a lot of you know were some of the older programs that Beachbody had come out with. And so I had seen my sister, who was also a mom of 2, also with a very demanding career, with long hours and all that jazz, get in shape, and she did it at home. And while it was hard for me to wrap my head around that you could actually get great results at home, I said, I got to give this a shot. And so I gave it a shot, and I started drinking Shakeology. And within 6 months of drinking Shakeology and slowly getting my energy up to be able to exercise, because remember, I had a toddler, well, a newborn turned toddler at the time, that I started seeing amazing results. I lost 65 pounds between shedding the baby weight and then losing on top of that. Total, in 6 months, I lost 65 pounds. And I was like, hook, line, sinker, this stuff's amazing. I love Shakeology, love how it feels. And then Becky invited me to an event. And so a lot of things have changed since then. Super Saturday is an event that comes quarterly. And so I went with her. It was the first ever Super Saturday that I went with my sister. And, you know, I just sat there and I listened to the success stories in fitness and health, and then also in business. And I, for the first time, got to feel Beachbody, right? Because, you know, we can sit here on calls and you can see posts on social media, but when you're in a room and you hear someone stand up that you can physically touch and feel, say that this company's changed their lives, that they've lost 50 pounds, that it saved them, and it just becomes real. And it was that day that I said, why not? And why not me? If my sister could do it, she was already seeing success in the business. Why couldn't I do something about our finances? At the time, this was, everybody remembers these moments. I'm sure some people are even still feeling the effects of the market crashes in 2008 through 2010, when the financial markets crashed, when the housing market collapsed. We were caught with 2 mortgages we couldn't afford, $80,000 worth of law school loans, $40,000 worth of credit card debt. And I said, I could do something with this opportunity. And little by little, because that's how this business works, it's little by little, staying really consistent, I started paying down credit cards. And credit cards turned into law school loans, and law school loans turned into mortgage. And it was then that I said, my gosh, like, even with a lawyer's salary, it was so hard for us to make ends meet. And with this business that not only got me in shape and made me feel great about myself, even made me a better lawyer, by the way, I could use this opportunity to help other people do the same thing. And at the same time, I'm getting rewarded. I'm getting rewarded in terms of some trips that we get to go on. I'm getting rewarded in pay. I help people, I get paid. I get paid for helping my coaches succeed. And I was like, this is it, right? This is it. And, you know, I'm not going to tell the whole story, but my son was diagnosed with autism and he was 18 months. It really opened my eyes more to the idea of being home as a stay-at-home mom, or quote-unquote full-time Beachbody coach, which you don't work this business full-time ever, but that's what we call ourselves, that, you know, I could do something different with my life, that I didn't have to be labeled an attorney to be also labeled successful, that I could be a success as an entrepreneur, as a leader, as a mom. I could be successful because of Beachbody, right? So Beachbody becomes the vessel for you to do things with your life. It doesn't necessarily become your life. It's just what you use to make impact. And I use this opportunity, I still do to this day. In 2014, I left my law firm. I came home. Since then, you know, we've had so much success on our team. I always say that my why has since become a burning desire to help people find success in this opportunity. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have, you know, $1,000 in the bank or $5,000 in the bank or whatever. It's that you're happy, because we live in a crazy world. And I want people to understand that through health and fitness and sharing your story, that brings joy and happiness into your life. And that's what I want to use Beachbody to accomplish. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So I'm going to come back towards the end of the call and kind of circle us all together and bring it home. But I'm going to turn it over to Monica, who's going to do an important part of this presentation, which is sharing what we do as coaches. Monica?
Hey guys. All right, my name is Monica Lopez. I am 33 years old from Miami, Florida. I have 3 kids, Jason, Jackson, and Mia, and I've been married to my absolute best friend for, I think we just celebrated our 9-year anniversary. Beachbody came into my life almost 7 years ago. And funny thing is that the redhead you just heard from was my boss. She's the one that introduced me to this. It was funny the way it worked out. Like everything worked out so well. I had just had my second baby 6 months after she did, okay? And so I was able to experience her postpartum journey, coming back from having DJ, seeing her like literally shrink before my eyes, seeing this postpartum mom like uppity with this an extra pep in her step every day coming into the office. And when I was going through my postpartum journey, I looked like a zombie walking in. I looked like this crazy person. And I remember just one day coming into her office and saying, what are you doing? Whatever it is, I want to do that because I can't anymore. And that's where insert Cristina Delgado into my life and insert Beachbody. My job tonight is to tell you about what it's like a day in the life of a coach, right? But before I get into that, and before I get into this awesome slide that I've put together for you guys, what I do want to tell you is, and I want to just debunk this or take the pressure off, there's no right way to be a coach. There's no wrong way to be a coach. There's like this large spectrum of the kinds of coaches that we have within the network. We have those that just come into this because they simply want to feel better or get healthy. Some people, I've got people on my team who have lost over 100 pounds, who have saved themselves from diabetes, saved themselves from severe obesity. I mean, some people come into this because they need to save their lives, right? That is completely okay, and that's a legit way to be a coach. But then you have those people that have a full-time job, right? They're earning and they know they're missing something in their life. It may be health and fitness. It may be even an extra $200 coming into their home to bridge certain gaps, and they see this opportunity and they run with it. And they have no intentions of ever going full-time. They just love this side gig that brings in that extra money that allows them to work on themselves also, right? It's like a win-win. And they run with the opportunity just like that. And then you have the business builders, the ones that come in and say, you know what? Like, I want to go all the way. I want to build this army of coaches that feel the way I feel about Beachbody, that feel the way I feel about health and fitness, that feel that way I feel about helping people. And then you've got those people that run with this opportunity in that kind of way. Why am I sharing this? Because I want to alleviate the pressure that you have to be a Cristina Delgado, because you may be looking at her and be like, whoa, like that seems like a lot right now. I want to carry you really quickly through my journey because I want you to know that I was each of those kinds of coaches in the last 7 years. Discount. I seriously signed up to save $20, $30 that you save, right? Like I legit just wanted to save. I didn't care about helping anybody else. I couldn't see past myself. I couldn't see past myself to be able to help anybody else. So I was just working on me, selfishly working on me. And that's completely okay, right? But once I started to get those results and people started noticing, my mom has preschools. The moms, when I would go to pick up my kids, were like, I'd get that look like, whoa, what are you doing? The same look I gave to Cristina, I would get them. And then people started asking questions, and that kind of snowballed into that hobbyish coach, right? I was a paralegal in the office. I had worked so hard to get the position I had at our firm. We worked at a very prestigious firm. I worked with really cool people. I worked so hard to get there. I had no intention of ever quitting my job. But it was a cool way to earn some extra cash. And that's when those wins started coming in, where I was taking our family to Disney on the Beachbody income. I was paying off extra credit cards with the income that was coming in. I mean, I was helping the kids pay for the kids' soccer, whatever it was. It's like all of a sudden, this extra flow was coming into the house, and it made me feel great because now I was working on myself. I already felt good about myself, and now I was able to see past myself and help others and earn some income. For me, where life struck, like things happened and there was a fork in the road, was when my third baby, Mia, was born. And I swear, guys, I had this plan that I was going to show everybody that you can work out through all your pregnancy. And I did. And I was out there doing burpees at 5-6 months pregnant. Like I did it all. And I had this plan that as soon as she was born, I was also going to show women how you can lose the weight and you're not stuck there, right? Because a lot of women feel stuck. And then if they were anything like me, my first pregnancy, they did legit stupid things to lose weight that could really harm you and put you through this emotional whirlwind. Been through that. So I was able to share that, okay? But here's what happened. Mia was born, and about 6 weeks of life, she was diagnosed with what's called a hemangioma, which is a blood tumor. And these hemangiomas are very prevalent. Oh, look who's coming. And daddy's not home. I'm so sorry. This is real life, guys. This is real life. She heard me probably talking about her. Mia was born with hemangioma. Her tumor happened to have been, it could either be in the outside of the body or it could be in the inside of the body. Hers was in the inside, which was the worst case. The reason being, you cannot judge the size. You cannot judge the growth. It has to constantly be tracked. And Mia's tumor was right above her eye, right in here, intertwined in all of her eye muscles, intertwined with all the nerves where they could not, operating on her was off the table because she would go blind. It was just almost 100% that she would lose the vision in that eye because they'd nick something. So here I am, 6-month-old baby. By the way, she's got the bluest of blue eyes that nobody in our family has other than my mom. And I was about, I have this baby that's about to lose her vision because of this tumor that's growing, and we didn't know what to do. Doctors came to me, experimental drug is what they came to me. That was the plan, they came to me. And I'm making a very long 7-month story, very, very short. But here's the deal. I was stuck in a hospital room, and when my time at work ran out, when my maternity leave ran out, when the time at work ran out, and all of a sudden my back was against the walls of mom, sending my own mother, my husband, my friends, my sister to do the doctor's appointments with her, that was the worst feeling as a mom. That was the worst feeling, because I'm thinking, is that the day that the medication is going to have an adverse reaction to her? Is that going to be the day that they're going to tell me this is not working and the tumor is growing out uncontrollably? And so that feeling built something within me that all of a sudden, guys, everything I was doing up to that moment in Beachbody, I saw it in a different light. And I realized, this doesn't have to happen to me again. It gets me emotional. This doesn't have to happen to me again. I can figure out a way that I'll never have to be tied to literally personal hours at work. That drove me nuts. And I just went at it. And I built this business. And here I am, 4 years now retired as a paralegal and home with my babies, building this business full time. So wherever you land in that, I want you to know that there's no wrong answer. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you guys before we got into what a day in the life of a coach looks like. So let me share this really awesome presentation. And while I do, just carry what I share with you right now and think about your life. Think about what are the pain points in your life. And it could fall anywhere, and figure out what it is, what is driving you, what brought you here today to listen to this. Something is drawing you near, and I want you to hold on to it, because that's going to be your fire throughout your coaching journey. All right. So can you see this, Chris? Give me a thumbs up if you can see this. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to push play. All right. So what exactly do we do as coaches? I'm going to share with you tonight our mission, what our vital behaviors are, and the tools that we use to help people. Okay. First and foremost, let's debunk. By the way, this is our family portrait from last summit. We go to every year we have a giant convention where all Beachbody coaches come together. And this is the family you will be joining when you join our team. So let's debunk a couple things. I think number one, people believe they have to be at some kind of goal weight, or they have to look a certain way or be a certain way to become a coach. In fact, I think the most common comments I get is, oh, well, when I get to a size, or when I hit this, or when I do that, then I'll sign up, because I don't think people are going to find me inspiring unless I do. Debunking that right now. So not true. In fact, your biggest power is in your vulnerability and in your journey. And I want you to know that. Second thing, do you have to be some kind of personal trainer or fitness addict, or, have a six-pack? Again, no, you don't. We are partnered with some of the most amazing trainers out there. And you probably already know them because you're probably already in a challenge group. So just know that we are in business with them, in partnership with them. How cool is that, right? Do you have to be a nutritionist? Again, no. We've got amazing nutritionists who have all these degrees, have all this knowledge on what we should be eating, how we should take care of our bodies, what supplementation we should be doing. And again, we are partnered with those professionals. You do not have to carry that, okay? And do you have to be any kind of other professional? No. Here's what you do have to be. You have to be a person that's, first of all, real, right? Set yourself, you're real, I'm real, you're good. You're good. If you're breathing, you're good. Second thing is, you gotta wanna help people. You really do. You gotta really be able to see past yourself, okay? And that's cool if you're doing it for the discount, but by the time you start to build a team of coaches and you start to really start hosting your first challenge, which gets so exciting, guys. There's nothing like someone saying, you helped change my life. That's just really exciting. But once you're able to do that, you gotta have the need to want to help the next person. Okay? And you gotta have to want to make an impact in someone's lives, because you will have the opportunity to do that as a Beachbody coach, all right? So a couple of things that I wanted to debunk for you. Now let's talk about our mission. Our mission is just straight up. We help people achieve their goals and live healthy and fulfilling lives. These are my teammates here. You can actually see my sister, my brother-in-law on the left, me and my husband on the right, and Sue, one of our kick-ass coaches on our team. But this is what we do. We get together every so often. We get a workout in. We have quarterly events. I mean, we are a tribe of people that believe that you can, that Christina said, fitness and nutrition can be the vehicle to accomplishing so many things in life. And that's what we go out there and spread like wildfire, okay? Now, what we call these the vital behaviors, the things that coaches do day in and day out, like the things that are a must. First and foremost, you must be a product of the product. Like there's no way that I'm gonna be able to tell somebody and help somebody and say, okay, drink Shakeology, or use these cute little colored containers for your food, or, you know, press play using Beachbody On Demand, do this program. If I'm not doing it myself, like I don't ask anyone to do anything that I am not paving the way for, setting the example for, and doing myself. So first and foremost, if you want to be a coach, you do have to commit to being the best version of yourself. Hello, who wouldn't want to be that, right? Personal development. As coaches, we work on our minds just as hard as we work on our body. We take it just as seriously. And this is the part of coaching that, believe it or not, really changed my life. I mean, really stretched me as a person, was my comfort. This is what was my like uncomfortable zone, right? Fitness was my comfort zone because I came from being overweight as a kid, and I found fitness at a very young age, and I already had that foundation and that love for what fitness can do in your life. But the personal development, that's where I was lacking. And that was the void that Beachbody really changed my life. It helped me figure out who I am, what I want, the kind of person I want to be. It's helped me financially, right? Like I read books on finances. I read books on leadership. I read books on, You Are Badass. Like that's my absolute favorite. So I never did those things before Beachbody. I never took time to work on me and work on my mind. Beachbody forced me to. You're going to be forced to, and it's going to change your life. The third thing is that we don't shut up about this. We are not closet successes. We are out there sharing it, and we do it with passion, and we do it unapologetically, and we're loud and we're bold. Why? Because again, we know that we have something of value, and if a person just takes a second to get out of their own way, they can experience the amazingness too. And we are patient about that, and we don't stop until we can help someone realize that. And then lastly, we recognize, we just love to recognize every little thing, from the big rank advancements to literally the $50 that you just earned that paid for a tank of gas. We celebrate it all. And you can see here to the right, Christina Delgado is kind of known for having the best recognitions, collages. This is one of her fancy artworks, but here you'll see that Adriana accomplished a really amazing rank in the business, and we celebrated her. And you probably have noticed that happening already. If you, with the coach that invited you here today, you could see that we're always recognizing. So this is what it looks like to be a Beachbody coach. This is the things that we're gonna ask of you, right? If you come to the table, you are your own boss, really. This is the start of your business. And the person that is sponsoring you into the business, they're not so much your boss. It's not that they're gonna ask you for these things. But if you're gonna look at them and you're gonna ask for their mentorship, and they're gonna tell you, okay, if you're gonna ask, what are the things I should be doing? It's right here. This is what you can look forward to. And this is what will be the building blocks to your business, all right? Next thing, what are the tools that you use to become a coach? Well, first and foremost, we have the effective and fun at-home workout programs. And nowadays, we got Beachbody On Demand. In my dinosaur days, I had like stacks and stacks of DVD programs. Now we have Beachbody On Demand. You have access to absolutely everything, either from your cell phone, from your Apple TV, from your laptop, whatever. There's just no excuse. You can take it on vacation with you. It's at your fingertips. And this has really revolutionized fitness because now there's just like this no excuse, get it done attitude about it. We have Shakeology and other nutritional tools, like we've got amazing cleansing systems like the Reset and the Refresh. We've got a supplementation line that is used by Ironman, which is the Beachbody Performance line, Energize, Recover. I mean, the works. The company takes care of us and makes sure that we have all the tools necessary to help people achieve their goals. We have the Portion Fix container system. So these little colored containers that either you're already using or you've probably seen on your coach's social media. I mean, those containers I have seen just getting people in a healthy relationship with food just in itself can change someone's complete life. And I've seen that done with those containers. And then we have challenge groups. This is where our job as coaches, I told you, you're not a professional, you're not a nutritionist, you're not a personal trainer, but here's what you do need to be. You need to be people's cheerleader. You need to be you need to be able to provide people with an environment to succeed. Okay, that's the job that I take seriously. I'm not there babysitting, calling or knocking or saying, why didn't you get your workout in? That's not what I'm doing. I'm creating an environment that I'm going to give a person all the tools they need to succeed, all the tools to become completely independent in growing themselves from the inside out. And we do that through challenge groups. And when you become a coach, you're going to be able to offer your clients the My Challenge Tracker absolutely for free with their purchase, which you can see here on the left. Sorry, on the right. On the right-hand side, you can see the My Challenge Tracker. And there, that's a preview of what that looks like. It's completely interactive, virtually interactive, but believe it or not, it is the key. It is the key to helping people achieve results because they don't feel like they're in it alone. How many times, I know I used to say this was my number one excuse that I gave Christina when I started coaching or when I started with my at-home fitness. I'm like, at-home fitness is not going to work for me. I'm probably going to quit in a week. I'm not going to keep it up. I need to be around a gym. I need to be around people. I need to feel like I'm a part, to get motivated. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. And the thing is that the challenge group, the virtual challenge group, serves that purpose. And it makes you feel like you have a place to go to. And as a coach, it's the environment that you are creating for someone to succeed. We put in their recipes, we put in their before and afters, we put in their testimonials, we put in their, the works. And guess what? As a coach, Beachbody will help you with outlines to do this. So it's not like you have to come up with all the material yourself. You're going to have help as you go. Next thing is you're going to be added to a private Facebook team page, depending on what team. We're all Diesel Nation, and Christina will talk a little bit more about our team. We're all part of Diesel Nation, but depending on what team, subsidiary team that you fall into, you may be added into that team page as well. You'll be welcomed with your face, a beautiful collage, a great story about who you are and what your goals are, and we will celebrate you joining our team. And then the last thing on here is the Coach Online Office. Christina will also go over what it costs to become a coach, right? What your bottom line is going to be. And you're going to see that you're going to have a coach fee that we pay once a month. Part of that coach fee is having that access to the Coach Online Office. Guess what, guys? You don't deal with one return. You don't deal with any inventory. You don't deal with having to collect data on your, everything is produced for you with your Coach Online Office. And that is going to be the tool that you use to run your entire business, The last thing that's not on here is our Diesel Nation Coach Academy. When you first come in as a coach and any coaches that you bring onto your team and you begin to grow your team of coaches with the same mission, you'll be able to provide them with the Diesel Nation Coach Academy to get them started right, to get that foundation as a brand new coach. So all these tools are going to be at your fingertips for your use when you join our team. And that's what the day in the life of a coach would look like. So there you go. There you have it.
Wow, that was awesome, Monica. Thank you so much for sharing what we do in such a great way. It's perfectly laid out. I don't think anyone can do that better. So I'm going to jump straight into how we earn. I'm going to turn it over to Jamie, who's going to break down the opportunity when it comes to income. And it is a wide spectrum. So remember, this is the time where you release any of those preconceived notions that you have about this type of business. Some people say pyramid scheme. Trust me when I say that if you just Google pyramid scheme, this is not that. This is an opportunity that the forefront of the opportunity is based on the products and on the transformations that we get from our products. And from there, it expands and it grows. So Jamie, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm super excited to do this topic tonight because my story is long. I've been a coach for 6 years, but I just want to focus mainly, I would say, on the financial aspect of it tonight. And sorry, let me switch my speaker view so I can see myself there. Okay. So when I came into the business with Christina, I didn't even ask her how you earn money. I learned nothing about it. I just knew that I had to sign that day before I gave it too much more thought as a coach, because then I couldn't quit. And I ran to Facebook and I said, I'm a coach, everybody, I'm a coach, before we knew how to do a coming out post and had lessons on this. But that was the way for me not to quit. So I went through that 90 days and still, I don't think I ever asked how much commission we make. I knew nothing. I didn't even know. I think I made my husband sign as a coach to buy his own product because I just didn't want to pay for it. I didn't even know, like when I got an emerald thing, that I was an emerald. I had no idea. I was clueless. But what I knew is that all of a sudden I had this fit fam and this community of people, and I had a workout that I could do from home for the first time. So, oops, sorry, my thing keeps switching. So let me rewind a little bit, but my son was 8 months old. And if there's any new moms out there, in your mind, the whole time you're pregnant and trying to get pregnant, you think that like, oh my gosh, this is going to complete me. I'm so excited for this baby. This is going to be my life. And that whole first year, every second of your minute, your day, you just want to be with that baby. You don't want to be at work. But at the same time, my husband was gone, now ex-husband, but was gone 4 nights a week. And I was lonely. And that baby went to bed at 6:37 and I would just sit there. And at the time I had been in the wine business for about 11, 12 years at this point. And all of a sudden that's gone. My nightlife that I'm out wine tasting, doing these dinners, all that's gone. Husband's gone. And it's just me sitting alone in a house. And the joy and all this expectation I think I had of having a baby and being a mom, it wasn't living up to the dream I had. And that's, I think, something that as moms, we don't say a lot, because all of a sudden you're in it and you're like, I should be so happy. Like I got this baby that I wanted. And now, but I'm still not fulfilled. Like, what am I going to do with myself? Okay, maybe if I lose weight, I'll be fulfilled and I feel good about my body again. But all of a sudden I start this, this program, TurboFire, 90-day program. And I'm working out at home because I couldn't do anything but run before this because we didn't have childcare at the gym. And I'm feeling good about myself. And at night now from 7 to 9, I'm talking to people about what I'm doing, and people start coming to me and they're seeing what I'm doing. And this fulfillment I started getting from paying it forward at the same time I'm feeling better, like it lit my soul on fire. And I will be honest, at that point, I did not look at this as a business that was something to take me away from the wine business. Wine was my passion. I had certifications. I have studied for years on it. But to have this second aspect that I could do at night while my baby slept, that fulfilled me in a completely different way. And I remember being on vacation with my parents and my son, and I got like a $200 paycheck. And I didn't even work that week. And I went, oh my God, like I just made $200. Guys, I got 0 paid maternity leave. For 8 weeks, I made $0, so the wine business is harsh on women. And there, that the fact that I made $200 like was huge to me because I was living paycheck to paycheck. And I was a finance major in college. I always thought I'd be this big stockbroker or CEO or something. And the reality is I was 31 and barely making ends meet, like no savings. I couldn't even get a pedicure at the time. And it just like, I'm going, it wasn't where I thought I'd be, So starting slowly to build this side income, this side hustle, I looked at it as all of a sudden I'm having date nights. I was putting like $400 to $500 a month away for my son in a savings. And I went, oh my God, I'm finally doing the things I always said I would do. So now let's fast forward, I guess a year forward. And I still really hadn't learned the business at this point. just selling fitness programs, loving helping people lose weight, but never signed coaches. So that's the point. Like, you guys can work this business as fast or slow as you need to. I worked it very slow in the beginning. So about a year and a half mark in as a coach, I got pregnant again. And that's the day I called Christina and I said, I'm ready to learn this business because I'm not going to miss my daughter growing up the way I'm missing my son. Because right now I take him to school, I come home, I get ready for work real quick. I go sell wine all day. I pick him up. I take him to the sitter because we had 2 night meetings a week. I'd have to pay a sitter, to watch him at night. And I'm like, I'm just like the bus driver. That's all I am. The person who makes dinner and then you put you in your bed, and I'm not going to miss it the second time because it's probably going to be my last time. So I will tell you, time frame wise, if you put everything into it, from the day I found out I was pregnant to when my daughter was 6 months old, I retired myself from corporate America. And I worked hard and I worked with a passion and a mission and a focus, and I worked smart for the first time, but I made it happen. And I'd like to say that because no matter how slow you start in a business like this, it may take you a year and a half to gain your foothold like myself. I still made it happen. Now my situation's changed again, but about 6 months ago, I was reading this book called Find Your Why, and I wrote out all this stuff, and I decided that my why in this business now was not just to help people get healthy and fit, but I wanted women to have independence, whether it was to leave their job, to leave their husband, to not ever be stuck in a situation because of money. That was my why. And I didn't know that I would need that for myself 6 months later. And now I am almost divorced, but I can stand on my own 2 feet, and I'm not stressed for 1 second about paying bills. And I'm going to toot my horn right now. I just paid off my house, so I have 0 mortgage. Woo! I haven't even put that on Facebook yet. But I did. I paid it off because I knew I needed to for the divorce, so that now that I don't have to pay a mortgage, I've got this, and like, that's something that's irreplaceable to me. And my mother said to me over Christmas, she said, even if I had wanted to leave, I couldn't have, because I never had my own money. And I'm not saying get divorced, not saying that, but I'm just saying, whether you're in a job you hate, whether you're in a relationship that you're staying in because you need their help with bills, whatever the situation is, you can get yourself out of it if you work hard and consistent and hustle and absolutely love what you do. Because if you don't love it, you're not going to bring that passion, and people that won't convey over social media and to people when you're talking about it. All right, so now that we discussed that, I'm going to teach you guys, or not teach you, but tell you about a couple ways that you can make income. Because I really believe that if I had understood our compensation plan from minute 1 and what the actual possibility of making was, I would have worked harder, faster. So first and foremost is retail commission. And I'm not going to dog on other companies, but other network marketing companies, they will have stipulations where to make retail income, you have to do this, or you have to sign as a certain type of customer, and blah, 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 blah. You just have to sell a retail product that we sell, Activate, a vitamin, Shakeology, Beachbody On Demand, any of our products, you will make 25% commission. You don't even have to be an active coach. As long as you're paying your $15.99 a month, you can make 25% commission. Now, that's retail. If we go up, say you sell a challenge pack, which is, our bundle with our Shakeology and our fitness program, then you could make upwards of 33% on that challenge pack. But again, you're never capped on retail. There is zero cap. Sorry, there's a bug. There is zero cap on what you can make retail. So now we're going to go, and I'm going to refer back to my wine days. The second main way that we make money is the team cycle bonus. And this is where people go, oh, you make money off your coaches, it's a pyramid scheme, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to explain my wine industry analogy. There's a winery, and it's a farm, and they make lots of wine. And they need people to sell that wine, so now they hire suppliers. So maybe we have 10 suppliers for the whole US. Now those suppliers go out and find distributors, which was what I was in Savannah. So now I'm helping them. So maybe there's 100 distributors in Savannah. So now we're 3 layers deep here in the wine pyramid scheme. And then I am now taking it to restaurants who are going to sell more wine to the public. So see, we're all feeding up to that one winery. That's just business. And that's the same way we do it with Beachbody. So the more product I sell as a whole for my team, the more money I make. So that's the way I look at it. I'm a businesswoman, and I like to see that, like, my team sold $2 million in product last year. My team, my little wildfire empire, sold $2 million in product. Not this much PV or this much on each of my legs, but that's what my organization generated. And if we look at it like a business model, it's easy to explain. You know, we are all helping each other. That's the way the business world works. The more product we sell, the more money we make, and the more people we can help. So let me go to my next third. Okay, so we got retail commission. We've got team cycle bonus. Now another big way is our matching bonus. So once you reach either ruby or diamond level, but diamond's what you want to go to because that's the max for matching bonus. Now I get to make, or like say Christina will make 10% off of my team cycle bonus. So for example, say just on my team cycle bonus, not my retail commission, this past week, I'm going to tell you real number because I'm proud of it because it was our best week in a year. I made $4,500. So Christina makes $450 on top of that for herself, not out of my paycheck, but on top of that. So that's her matching bonus. So for every coach that Christina has or that I have that receives a team cycle bonus, I get to make 10% on top of their cycle bonus. And that can add up to a lot of money. And not only that, but it's super fun for me that every single week I get to go into my coach online office and pull up that matching bonus and see how my coaches are progressing. So I can see like, oh my gosh, Kristen just went up by 300 from last week. Brooke did this. Oh my gosh, like it's a great benchmark to watch how my own coaches are doing and help them and really recognize them for working hard too. And then I guess two other little ways, or not little, but subscriptions. You can sell Beachbody On Demand, subscription commission, which is wonderful. You know, every time that $99 rolls over, you make another $39 on it. And then, you know, we just have so much products. We have 3-Day Refresh, Shakeology, Active. You guys have no idea the amount of products we have because you see us talking about little things because we don't want to overwhelm. The very last part of our commission structure is the Star Diamond bonuses. So once you reach rank levels 2, 5, 10, and 15, every quarter you can achieve a bonus. So 2-star is $1,000 around. 5-star is normally around $3,500 a quarter. And then 10-star is about 16, I think. And then 15-star, which we have one sitting, she's my top left. I don't know where she is in yours, Green, but it's about 50,000. And like, that's just mind boggling. So I'll tell you, I mean, for me, that makes up about at least 14,000 of my income every single year is that Star Diamond bonus. And I rely on that. So, you know, just remember, do your homework on network marketing companies and make sure if you're looking at them, you know that it's like us, or just come with us because we have no caps, you know, on retail income. We're a backloaded company. That's not going to make sense to you now, but we're not going to cap you. Beachbody wants you to make money and for a long time. So my analogy is that, so I signed some really, really great coaches. The first probably 6 months I really, really worked hard in this business, I will forever make money off of them. You know, they won't cap me at a certain point or volume, or I don't have to keep recruiting at a crazy pace. I can kind of slow down my pace when I need to now because they're still rewarding me for those initial efforts forever. So that's the last thing I'm going to say, and I am going to turn it back to Christina.
That was awesome, Jamie. I have to say, I'm so glad that I asked you to do that section. My sister usually doesn't. She does a phenomenal job, but you are so direct. Like you just say it like it is. Like, we get this and we get that. And I love it because when I do the income part, I always dance around it. I'm never really direct on it because it makes people uncomfortable. It might make some people uncomfortable that the opportunity is as big as it can be, right? And people are like, well, that maybe for her, maybe that's not for me. And you have to understand that it does take time to build to that, and that might not be what you want initially. right? It might not be what you want initially. And so, you know, I appreciate your extreme honesty and directness on that topic, because I think a lot of people need to hear it, that yes, you can have something different. Yes, you're going to work hard. You didn't dance around that at all. You've worked your tail off for the last 6 years. But now you're reaping the benefits of that. And now when you get to that point, and this is what I love about this opportunity, is you just know how to do it. And so while the first, like where Angie is right now, where she's learning, she's trying to figure this out, she's trying to figure out herself and her schedule and how she's going to do all this and also work out, and, you know, and it's weird and it's new. And it's hard to kind of see it, but you know, at the beginning, it's kind of like, I don't think I can do that. But if you stay in and you learn and you keep growing, you keep pushing yourself, it can become something pretty phenomenal in your life. So I appreciate that, Jamie. Thank you very much. And I'm very proud of you. And I'm like super ecstatic you paid off your house. Like, that's insane. So congratulations to you. I'm very, very happy about that. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Angie. She's our newer coach. This is someone that came into my life very unexpectedly late last year. She'll share her story, but she has really she jumped in. She first and foremost focuses on herself, and she'll tell me, I'm doing me, girlfriend. I'm not doing that. Yet she does the business quite easily, and I love that about her. So Angie, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Angie Farber. I will be 47 tomorrow, actually. I have been married to my high school sweetheart for 27 years. I have no children, but I do have a beautiful German Shepherd named Vivian, and she's 11. So my story is a little different than everybody that wanted to stay home with their kids and that. I work full-time as an accountant at our local power company, and I am one of those corporate people that does not really like their job that much. So doing something like this on the side is awesome for me, because this is what I find fulfilling, and I love it. I love to work out, and so it's perfect fit for me. So I had heard about Beachbody for years and never really got into it too much until 21 Day Fix came around. And I saw that program and I'm like, that looks like something I could do. So I ordered it, and I'm kind of bossy with my group of friends, so I made a couple of them order it too. And I said, okay, we're going to do a challenge group. We're all doing this program. We'll check in via email every day and see how we're doing. So they agreed to it because they kind of listened to me because I'm bossy, so that works. And so we did that. So and we all got great results. It was awesome. And then 21 Day Fix Extreme came out, so I did that. And then I did Chisel, and I liked that as well. And I love the workouts for every program, but the nutrition part was always the hardest part for me. I did really good for the 3 weeks that the program was going on, but then after that, I'd go back to my old habits, which meant I would slowly start gaining back what I put on. Well, I would fluctuate to like maybe 10 pounds, and it's okay. I mean, clothes get a little tighter, but they still fit. And if it got to the top of that 10-pound range, then I just do 21 Day Fix again and drop it back off. It wasn't a big deal. Well, last year, the weight that I gained just wasn't coming off no matter what I tried. And that 10 pounds turned into closer to like 13 pounds. And I'm like, okay, something has got to give here. I have to do something. And I had been off of Facebook for a little over a year. I kind of just needed a break from social media. It gets a little overwhelming sometimes. But my friends were still on it, and they're like, hey, that Autumn Calabrese trainer, she has a new program coming out called 80 Day Obsession. So I like have to know everything about something that interests me immediately. So I start Googling 80 Day Obsession to get any information that I can on it. So in doing that, I came across Christina Delgado's blog. She was in the coach test group for that program at the time, and she was killing it. So I ended up filling out the form on her website to join her challenge group. So she emailed me back to contact me, and I was not drinking Shakeology at the time, even though I was still working out, and I had drank it in the past and I didn't really give it a chance, honestly. I didn't do it consistently. I would do it for 3 weeks and then stop doing it or not do it on the weekend. So I never really could get the actual benefit out of it because I didn't allow my body enough time to process it. So my first question was, well, do you have to drink Shakeology to be in your group? And Christina says, well, yes, Shakeology is life. And I said, well, it's not life for me, so thanks anyway. And I was so irritated. I'm like, seriously? Like, what is it with these coaches in Shakeology? Oh my God, I'm so sick of hearing it. So I ended up finding another coach online, and she was sweet and a very nice girl. And of course, she required it too, like all smart coaches do. And so I'm like, fine, I'll buy the stuff. So I get in her group, and within a week, I'm like, all right, this just is not a fit for me. I'm just not meshing with these girls. And this little cutie that I had seen before, I'm like, I need to go back to her. And then I saw Christine's video about balance. And if you haven't seen it, you need to look it up. And I'll tell you what, this video rang so true with how I was feeling at the same time in my life. And I'm like, I need this woman in my life. I don't care what I have to do. So I emailed her back, and I'm like, Christina, I'm sorry. I know I'm stubborn, but I will drink the Shakeology. Just let me in your group, whatever I got to do. And she's like, well, if you already have another coach, I can't work with you. And I'm like, look, it's my life. I will tell that coach, I'm sorry, but I need to be in your group. So can I do it or not? And she was like, yes, you can be in my group, but you have to tell her. I'm like, I'll tell her. So we got through that. Well, within a couple weeks of being in her group, she sends me this email, hey, are you interested in sitting in on a coach call about becoming a Beachbody coach? And I'm like, well, you know what? I've already organized challenge groups with my friends. Like, why not? I might as well see what they have to say. So this call was phenomenal. Everything they said, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, this is me, this is me, this is me. I need this, I need this. So it was a no-brainer. I'm like, absolutely, I'll sign up. I definitely was just planning on doing it for the discount at first, but I thought, hey, I'm going to be drinking this Shakeology because she's going to make me, so I might as well get a break on it. So I signed up. Well, since signing up, I've been doing 80-Day Obsession. I'm in Christina's challenge group with that. But I have my own challenge group going now too, and I have about 17 participants in it. And they're not all doing 80-Day Obsession. They're doing various programs, which is fine. But I'll tell you what, I don't get fulfillment out of my day job, but I absolutely love coaching. The girls in my group every day tell me I would never be sticking to these workouts without this challenge group. They love Shakeology. I mean, it's just every day they're posting and they're contacting me or messaging me on the side or texting me. And most of it's like my good group of friends that I've known for years. There's some that aren't, and I kind of wanted them because I'm like, hey, it's my first group. You kind of have to do this with me because you're my guinea pigs. I have to make sure I'm doing a good job, and I need honest feedback. So just tell me how it is. But it's just the best thing I've ever done. I absolutely love it. And I will say that I am now the biggest advocate for Shakeology as well. So Christina, Shakeology is life. You were right. So there, I said it. You all heard it. And I'm still participating in Christina's challenge group too for 80-Day Obsession exclusively. And a lot of those girls are coaches that are in that group. And I feel like I have built so many friendships just in 3 months with all of these ladies. I mean, it's just so nice to surround yourself with like-minded people. And they have the same goals that you do. And it's just like the sense of community that you get from just knowing these people and just being in their presence every day and interacting with them. And I mean, I have been very fortunate to have my close friends support me and sign up with me. And because of that, since I started in December, I've had these little goals. Like I'll see, well, if you sign these many people, you can get this. So I won the 80-Day Obsession workout mat and 80-Day Obsession tank, which I have on, which you probably can't see it too well. And I got a personal development book. And I also earned a free ticket to the Beachbody Summit in June because I hit Success Club my first 3 months in a row. So I cannot wait to go. I'm so excited about that. But it's nice to set these small goals because you actually can meet them. You can do it. And I'm just doing this like on the side. I literally have maybe an hour a day to do this right now because I work 9 hours a day. I have to come home and work out right at 5 o'clock. I'm doing time nutrition, so I'm eating 5 times a day. And then I have to, get dinner, clean up, and then I go to bed early because I get up at 4:15. So it's like, but I'm still managing to do this. And I get more out of this than those 9 hours at work all day. And I will say that I have received more recognition. I think Monica was the one that said this, that Christina is great at recognition. I have gotten more recognition from Beachbody and Christina Delgado in the last 3 months than I have gotten in 19 years of my day job. So thank you, Christina. It's true. I think Monica touched on this too. There's a lot of valuable information out there in the Diesel Nation training courses and in the Coach Online office. So anything that you need to know, it's out there for you. They have national wake-up calls every Monday that you can listen in on that are informative. There are coaches that are elite, diamond. I don't even know all the ranks. I'm glad you talked about that, Jamie, because I still don't know everything. But they just give you all the tricks of the trade and how they've built their business, and there's so many resources. And I will say that sometimes it's like information overload, and I even had to, like Christina said, like take a break and be like, okay, wait, I can't do this right now. I got to worry about me. But it's there just to help you be successful. And so don't be overwhelmed with it. Just know that everything's usually recorded and like listed out on Facebook or on YouTube, and you can go back to it. So just look at it when you get the time and when you have the time. If you can't do it right then, it's going to be there for you. But they just want you to succeed. It's not to overwhelm you. And I had to realize that. I'm like, stop being so pushy. I'll get there. But it's just great. But from what I've seen so far, the Beachbody coaches are definitely a team of people who are completely focused on bettering their lives and the lives of others. And that's just the best thing that anyone can do. And it's just such a positive environment that you cannot help but want to be a part of it. Now, they talked about the 4 vital behaviors too, and I'll tell you that those will definitely be essential to your success in this business. You're going to want to do that. I definitely have work to do. I've only been doing this 3 months, and inviting is very hard for me. I'm working on perfecting my skills. You're going to make mistakes, but just learn from them, move on. Everybody makes mistakes. But the key is just, do better. This is a journey. It's not a race. You don't have to do everything all at once. So take your time and just figure it out. I wasn't a huge fan of posting every day on social media either. I'm still not. I was kind of off of it for a couple years, and I thought, well, they're not going to want to see everything from me every single day. But you know what? There's good haters out there no matter what you do. And so people do get sick of seeing it, I'm sure. Well, they can unfollow you. Doesn't matter. If you put your journey out there, somebody out there is going to see it, and something that you post is going to trigger something in them. And they're going to be like, you know what? Whatever she's doing, I think I need to do that too. And honestly, I had 2 people contact me this week and say, you are such an inspiration. What are you doing? And I didn't get them signed up yet, but I'm working on it, and I think I'm going to do it. But it just feels awesome to know that you're actually inspiring people. So who cares what anybody else thinks? The more that you put stuff out there, the more confident you're going to get, and you're not even going to care what they think. And like I said, there's an unfollow button on Facebook for a reason. So just tell them to use it. It's their problem, not yours. And I will say it's also definitely a motivation to set an example for others, for yourself. You will be proof that the product works. I have never stuck to a nutrition plan this long. I am on week 8 of 80-Day Obsession. My nutrition has not faltered at all. Tomorrow is my birthday. There'll be no birthday drinks. It is a refeed day though, so I get a little tiny brownie, so that's good. But and I have not missed a workout. I completed day 46 today out of 80. And it's just holding me accountable because I have to set an example. You have to represent, and you want to. And those days of, I think, going back and forth, faltering 10 pounds here and there, those are over, because this program just changes your mindset, and you just want to keep moving forward. Like, I already know I'm doing round 2 as soon as this one's over, because I love it. And then the personal development, like Monica said, I've never done this before, but they do recommend that you do it, and it is one of the best things you can do for yourself, because the more that you hear these people, your mentors speak, and you read these books, and you're like, you know what, the sky is the limit here. If these people can do this, then why can't I? They're just everyday people like you are. So it just fills you with just this feeling that you're unstoppable and you can do anything. And honestly, that's true. You really are. So just do the things that they tell you to do. It is for a reason. It might get on your nerves at first, and some of it did mine, but it's for your own good. I will say I've had such a change in my attitude since I've started coaching. I'm not always the most positive person, but it's just so rewarding and fulfilling. So my whole entire outlook has changed. And I just want everyone else to feel this way too. It's just the best thing in the world. Like I said, I have a lot of work to do with inviting and building a team and developing relationships with people outside of my little circle, which is outside of my comfort zone. But you know what? I know I'm going to get there. Right now, I'm just focusing on adding value to the lives of others, and I just want to live the best life that I can live. And in order to do that, I'm going to use Beachbody Coaching as that avenue. So I just really, really hope that you decide to join us. It's a great team.
Ah, that was awesome! I knew you would be outstanding.
So good.
And like, tell the truth. Like, I knew she was gonna tell the story of Shakeology is amazing.
By the way, she made me drink Shakeology too. I was hesitant at first too. She's like, "No, you're drinking it. No, you're drinking it."
Yeah, I look back at that email, Angie. I was so dramatic. I was like, I even used capital letters. I was like, "It's live," and like she snapped back. Well, it's not live to me, and I was like, oh, okay. And ever since, we've had that kind of relationship, which I love. But here's the thing, you guys, and I'm going to wrap this up. We've been at this a little over an hour. One of the really cool things about this business, I think you've heard a lot of cool things tonight, is I did not know Angie at all. Like, out of nowhere, this stranger came into my life, and now I love her. I'm cheering her on. I feel at ease when we talk about the business, just this awesome kind of vibe that I get. I'm going to get to meet her in June. You know, Monica and I and Jamie and I had relationships before Beachbody, but you get to meet and network with people in the United States that you've never met before. You get to now Canada, the UK, we're expanding, and international expansion is always something that the company is going to be doing. We just last November launched in the UK, and that was insane. Jamie and I had the opportunity to travel to London, and it was cool. And these are the cool things that we get to do just because one day we said yes, right? And whether we do them now or do them in the future, it's all possibility. So I'm going to just wrap this, bring it all home. Number one, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the call, was thank whoever invited you here tonight, because it's not always easy. I think Angie just talked about that inviting can be hard and uncomfortable. Well, whoever invited you to this call probably was a little uncomfortable to invite you, but they did because they want what they have for you, right? So thank them, because you know, you possibly tonight, if you love what you heard, if you're inspired to not only make changes in your health and fitness, but inspired to make changes in your finances and in your lifestyle, that you say yes, then they just wanted that kind of change for you. And so it's a big deal. It really is a big deal. And then I'm going to talk now about how you would become a coach if today you were to decide to join Diesel Nation. The best way would be with a challenge pack. Jamie talked about a challenge pack being our fitness plus our nutrition, Shakeology, or the performance line in a bundle package, because with that, number one, that's what you're going to use to get in shape. That's what you're going to use to be proof the products work, right? The 4 vital behaviors, the first one is be proof the products work. And so you're going to take your initial investment into the business, which is your challenge pack, and you're going to use it to get in shape and to get it healthy. And so a challenge pack is absolutely the best way to get started, because it also waives an initial $40 fee that you would have to pay if you were to not get a challenge pack. Now, some of you that are watching this have already purchased your challenge pack, and you are sitting here as a customer of the coach that invited you. Well, because you purchase a challenge pack, you can become a coach. You will pay that $40 fee, but then you can request that $40 fee be refunded back to you because of that waiver of the coach fee. Jamie mentioned we do pay a monthly $15.95 business fee. That's required of everybody, and I always consider that to be like our business overhead. And another analogy, another business analogy, overhead in a retail business or in a restaurant, that could be thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. Here we have to pay $15.95, and in return we get websites, beautiful websites, by the way, that the company just revamped. We just went through as a company a $100 million technology upgrade, and so the coaches, us, we're the beneficiaries of that upgrade. So we got new websites. We have a brand new coach online office that allows us to track our business, our teams, our income, everything. We do not carry inventory, which is different from some other companies you might be aware of, like Mary Kay or any of those makeup companies where you have to buy all the things that you sell. We don't do that. Our customers place orders on our websites or using a feature now that we have called Share a Cart. They click, and Beachbody sends them their product. We never have to touch any inventory. And there's so much more that that we get for $15.95. I always say that I would pay $100 a month to receive everything that we get in return from Beachbody. So you guys, I think we covered it all. All I'm going to say is, to close, is that our team is really special. As we walk through the different events that we get to attend on a yearly basis, whether it's the trip now in the spring that we leave next month to, or at Summit, or then at Leadership, which happens in October, November, it is no rare occurrence that someone, even leaders of the network, come up to my sister and I, to Monica, to Jamie, and say, "What team are you on?" "Oh, we're Diesel Nation." "Oh, I wish we were on that team." Still, to this day, I get that. And that just makes me really, really happy, because my goal and my sister's goal has always been to create a family environment where everybody is welcome. I like to refer to us as the United Nations of Beachbody. We are not a cookie cutter looking team. You know, I have a red mohawk. We have every kind of human being on our team, every profession, sexual orientation, religion, anything, you name it, you're welcome. We don't all look the same. We don't all think the same. We run our businesses differently, and I love that independence. Yet we are always a family, and we support each other and we cheer each other on, and it's a great environment to thrive in. So I hope tonight that you say yes to changing your life, first and foremost, through Beachbody, through our products, and secondary to that, that you say yes to the opportunity to help yourself, help your family, and change your life. So I will see you guys later. Thank you, Jamie, Angie, and Monica. That was phenomenal. I think this might have been one of our best presentations ever. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you later. Mwah! Bye.